Good morning, you guys. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys about this topic. Okay, for those of y'all who are new to my channel, I lost over 100 pounds naturally, no weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressants, yada, yada, yada. I only say this because I know YouTube recommends the video to people who've probably never seen your content before. So that's the little background information about me. And I lost all of that weight in about 15 months. Okay, so I came off of a bulk in March of 2024. Basically, I was trying to eat a whole bunch of food before then to build some muscle, gain some fat, and then now I'm on a spring cut. So I've reduced my calories to get rid of the fat that I gained during the bulk to show all of my new beautiful muscles that I built over the winter. So this time around, when trying to lose some weight, I started intermittent fasting. And I want to talk to you guys about what I think about it. Now, when I lost my original weight uh, over 2 years ago, I was not intermittent fasting. And I don't believe that you have to intermittent fast in order to lose weight. I'm prime example. You can just, eat healthy, work out, and still lose the weight. What prompted me to intermittent fast this time is a couple of things, and I want to get into it and, just kind of my thoughts and opinions about it. So, I am really dedicated to a six pack. Um, I've never had a six pack before a day in my life. And I'm really, really ready for this six pack. And I believe that if I keep on the track that I'm on now, I should have my six pack by October. I'm thinking by October at the latest, I should be able to see a prominent six pack. So I'm just willing to do whatever it takes at this point to get that. So I've been watching some YouTube videos and things, and how to reduce belly fat, yada yada yada. All the things that you're gonna look at when you're trying to lose weight. And I started seeing intermittent fasting pop up a lot. So for the past month, I have been intermittent fasting, but my windows have changed. So when I first started, I didn't even realize I was intermittent fasting. I was just trying to make sure I didn't eat past 8 p.m. just because I'm on this trying to reduce belly fat kick and trying to see the six pack. So I was just automatically in that. And I didn't even realize that by not eating after 8 p.m. and then eating my first meal at around 9 a.m. before I hit the gym, I've already been fasting for about 12 to 13 hours. So when I realized that, I was like, okay, well, let's just keep it going. I didn't have any cravings. I wasn't feeling, hungry. I didn't have headaches or anything. I wasn't feeling like super sleepy. I wasn't feeling any of that. Everything that I felt was fine. So I was like, okay, let's keep going. So I stuck with the 12-hour window of no food and the 12-hour window of food for a good 2 weeks after realizing that that's what I was doing, and just kept it going. So then I decided I wanted to amp it up some. So what I did and what I'm on right now is a 16-hour window of not eating food and an 8-hour window of eating food. And that's what I really want to talk to you guys about, because I've heard other people do that, but before I started doing it, I thought that I might be hungry. I lift a lot of heavy weights. I'm in the gym every single day. I was wondering, okay, am I going to lose all of this muscle that I built during my winter bulk? Like, I didn't want to do that, right? I still want to make sure that I'm maintaining the muscle that I've built. So, I had a lot of, I don't know what you would call it, just like I was a little apprehensive about it. So, okay, couple of things. If you're going to start fasting, I would start with a 12-hour window or even a 10-hour window of no food, just so your body can get used to not eating all of the time. Whether you're trying to lose weight or you just want to fast just for health benefits, whatever it is for you, I would start with a shorter window of not eating, get used to that, and then, every so often increase the window that you're not going to eat. Secondly, the 16-hour window has been working for me, the 16 hours of not eating, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So, I am someone, I love my breakfast. I'm not someone who skips breakfast. Like, you can choose whatever hours you want to fast. Some people will not eat their first meal till noon because they don't care about breakfast or whatever. Well, I care about breakfast, and I work out in the morning, and I like to eat on a full stomach. I like to work out when I'm not hungry. I don't want to be starving at the gym. So I make sure I get my first meal before I go to the gym. So that works out for me. And so then therefore, if my first meal is at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., my last meal is at 5 p.m. that works for me because I go to bed early. I'm normally in bed by like 8, 9 o'clock. So that time period works for me. Now, a couple of things. When I first started the 16-hour window of not eating, so I went from 12 hours of not eating to 16 hours of not eating. I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very, very hungry when I woke up in the morning. Like, very hungry. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you, I'm not gonna tell you a tale. I was very hungry. But what I started doing was, because I get up around 5 o'clock in the morning, so I still have about 3 to 4 hours of being awake before it's time to eat. So, a couple of things that I've been doing that's been helping reduce the crazy feelings of hunger. And when I say hunger, like my stomach is growling. It's not just in my head. Like I was hungry. Okay. So first what I would do, I would go on a walk with my dog, especially now that it's getting nice out, and we'll do like a mile walk. And that kind of takes my mind off of it and it helps me clear my head. I'm doing the intermittent fasting, yes, to lose body fat, to get my six pack, but also for mental reasons. Like people swear that by, having a period of time where you aren't eating, where you're not full, where you're actually hungry, you have more time to think for mental clarity purposes or whatever. And I actually do believe that. So, that to each his own. Okay, I'm not telling you here nor there. I'm just telling you, my experiences with intermittent fasting. And so by doing my walk, my mile walk in the morning, it takes my mind off of it. It helps me get in some extra steps and it helps me just feel like I'm off to a good start. Don't knock it till you try it, okay? At least try it, and then I feel like after you've tried it, you'll kind of get what I'm trying to say here. The next thing about intermittent fasting is I thought that I would be craving a lot of foods because I'm hungry, but I actually don't. And it could vary from person to person. It could depend on like how long you've been eating healthy, if you've been eating healthy, if this is going to be your first go around with changing your eating habits. But I will say that for me, I don't have all of the cravings that I thought I would have by not eating for 16 hours. I was under the impression I would be craving like sugary stuff, maybe just anything that I could get my hands on. And actually, no, I'm not. Now, what I will say that has helped to reduce cravings is I make sure that if my last meal has to be before 5, I'm eating at like 4:45 or 4:30. Like I make sure that by 5 o'clock I'm full so that that food that's in me can hold me over until my next meal 16 hours later. So I would not recommend, your last, if you can't eat past 5, I would not want to eat at like 3:30. Then I'm like basically giving myself a whole extra hour of not being able to eat, right? Or I could just shorten, instead of eating at 8 a.m., my next meal will be at 7 a.m. But I like consistency, I like schedule, so I like to just stick to the routine. So if you are going to fast, make sure that whatever you set your window for that you're not going to eat, make sure you stick to that so that your body can just know when it's going to eat again, okay? And then another thing too is, you guys, I'm eating a lot of foods that are full of fiber so that I do stay full for longer. Like I'm not going to eat a whole bunch of junk food before 5 o'clock and then now I'm hungry 2 hours later because I didn't eat anything that's going to keep me full. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the key to this, the key to not having hunger cravings, the key to not wanting to eat stuff that you shouldn't be eating, the key to all of that is to make sure that you're eating foods that are healthy for you so that you can stay fuller longer. It's going to make it much easier so much easier to stay on track if you're eating high fiber foods. So foods that you actually have to cook, stuff that's not processed, okay? I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that because if you're just eating junk, you're just not going to stay full for long, you guys. And then the next thing I could say too is spread out your meals. So like my breakfast is light, my lunch is light, and my dinner is light. So everything is getting spread out. I'm not eating like a whole bunch of food for breakfast and then now by the time it's time for lunch, I'm like not really hungry because I just ate, a whole bunch of stuff 3 hours ago because I only have an 8-hour window to eat, right? So make sure you're spacing your meals out evenly, like the amount of food so that, every 3 hours you're hungry so that you can get all of your calories in because you don't want it to get to a point where you're not even eating 1,000 calories because that's not healthy. Like that's not healthy at all. In order for me to maintain the muscle that I built, I need to be eating at least 1,700 calories a day. And that can be pretty challenging in an 8 hour window. And I am vegan, by the way. So a lot of the foods that I eat are low calorie. So I have to eat a lot of stuff. So, plan your meals out. Like I said, don't only eat a little bit for breakfast, a little bit for lunch, and you try to eat a whole bunch for dinner. I feel like if you spread it out evenly, like the same amount of calories, so I'll do like 500, 500, 500, and then like a little 300 calorie snack, and somewhere in there, that makes it easier for me to stay full through the full 16 hours so that I'm not ready to break my fast before it's time. So, those are some things I am interested to try. I do want to try the 18-hour window of not eating in the 6 hour window of eating. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know when I'll try it, but I do plan on trying it at some point, and I'll let y'all know how I feel about it, if it was worth it, if it was not. But so far, I've been on the 16-hour block for, I want to say it's like week 3, and it's been going really well. And oh, let me tell you guys about the weight loss portion of it. So I weigh myself every single day now, just so I can see. It's not really about driving myself crazy. I'm not really looking at it in that sense, like, oh, I'm up 2 pounds today. Oh, I'm down 1.5 pounds today. Oh, I'm up. Like, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm just looking for a gradual trend downwards, right? If I was to plot all of my weights every time I stepped on the scale, the trend should still be going downwards. Of course, you're going to have days where you're up a few pounds, you're down a few pounds. Your body fluctuates, water weight, all the things. But it's still to make sure that I'm still trending down. So that's why I weigh myself every day now. But when I first started my weight loss journey 2 years ago, before I was fasting and doing all those things, I did not weigh myself every day. So, don't feel like you have to. I would only weigh myself once a week or once every other week, and that was working for me too. So, this is just something different that I'm doing on my weight loss journey this time around that I wanted to share with you guys and give you guys, my thoughts and opinions on it. But so far, so good. I enjoy intermittent fasting. It is allowing me to not eat more calories than I should be, especially because I am trying to lose this last bit of fat that I have so I can see my beautiful six pack. So, I like it. I highly recommend it. Don't feel bad if you can't stick to it right away, because if you are just used to eating all of the time like how I used to be, it's just going to be a big adjustment for you. So like I said, start with a smaller window, and then you know over time make your window bigger and bigger of when you're not going to eat. Sometimes it's cool to start off cold turkey with stuff, but then sometimes I feel like just gradual improvements make things, allow you to be more consistent. So, give it a go. Let me know what you think. Let me know, have you fasted before? What were your thoughts and opinions on it? Leave comments down below. I'm about to go to the gym. Today is chest, shoulders, and triceps. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.